Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucy Show. Hope you guys are all doing well. As usual, coming into the second channel of mine. Just keep in mind, this is different from the first channel because, yes, you can still talk about stocks and crypto, but I prefer we talk about other things because obviously I already make enough live streams on Living with Lucy where we talk about finance and stocks, crypto, all that other stuff. Here's where I like to relax and talk about whatever it is on my mind, stories that I know about, and anything interesting like this green comet right now that apparently is visible to certain places. I'm not sure about California. So if you're in California, let me know down in the comment section below if you did see this green comet pass by. I've been reading about this green comet since like a month ago. So it's just kind of funny that finally it's here. And I don't know if this is like subconsciously I read about it. So lately I've been buying everything green. But I bought a lot of random green things. Like, I bought an earring. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a green earring I have here, like a hoop, called from a stone called Savarite. It's like it's green, but it's spelled kind of like as if it's like favorite, but it's FS. And I think the F is silent. At least the guy who sold it to me said it was. And I ended up buying green sweatpants when I was in Canada. I have a lot of green things recently, and I've just been really into the color green. I'm into the color green period because that's a color when stonks go up. But yeah. So I want to read more about this magical comment. And again, I don't think I am that into like the planets and whatnot. I have obviously friends who are very into like the planets and crystals and all that good stuff. I don't think I understand it or I'm willing to spend enough time to like understand it deeper. But I do think it's cool. I think that people who do believe in it and whatever it is that you believe in and you vibe with and you use that energy towards, whatever works for you and it makes you happier, then great. I think that's all that matters, right? It's like if you think that you can reach something, wait, what was I gonna say? No, I think if you yeah, there's actually like a test where like if you really believe you can stretch your arms like further apart, then like if you want to stretch your arms out like this, like both arms, and you believe that you could stretch it out just like maybe half an inch further, but you truly believe in it, you could probably do better than somebody who didn't believe they could, and that it would be like the same length every time you hold out your arms. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere from like some study, but do your own DD, entertainment purposes only. Hi there, Terry, Hector, Alan, Aiden. Welcome, guys. Lucy, buy some jade. I have a jade on me at all times. I mean, it's not this. This was a gift, but yeah, I always have a jade. This is like, this is like I think what a lot of Asians or Chinese specifically have or had in like the ancient times. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I've heard from people that this is supposed to like protect you if you believe in that stuff. I've actually had one before this one and it broke. But funny enough, it broke because I went into a restaurant and I went to the bathroom, the restroom, and a lady was cleaning the restroom, I guess right before I entered it. And there was no like caution, slippery here signs. And I walked in and literally just like fell on my butt. And then I cracked it because I just like I fell backwards. I smashed my bangle, like the jade bangle I had at the time, and it broke into like three separate pieces. But I wasn't hurt at all. I actually wanted to sue them. But I didn't have proof. Like there was one other lady that saw me fall, but then I was like, ah, I'm not I'm not hurt, luckily. But if I was hurt, that'd also be like, I guess a little bit harder to prove. I just have one witness. Um, but yeah, it would have been better if I have video proof that they didn't, mop I mean, they did mop the floors and it was so wet and they didn't even have like a caution sign. I could have stirred it up, but honestly, I was just like, I don't care. But I was pretty pissed off about my bagel. You lost out a big lawsuit there, LOL. You'd have more Doge. This was a time way before the pandemic and way before my Dogecoins. But you're right. I should have sued the heck out of that restaurant and then taken real cash and then been like, hey, you know what I should do with this money? I should invest in Dogecoins. And then if I made a lot of money from it, like 70x, I could have gone back to the restaurant and then tipped everybody just to be like, we got into Doge together. Just kidding. I'm getting puts on SPY and Meta tomorrow. And FA, David says, of course, because never financial advice. Okay, wait, how did we start to talk about this? But yeah, so actually jade comes in different colors. So it's like there's green ones. Most people know it as like green, but this one's actually like greenish, whitish, and a little bit of purple. Some jade is like purple or just like pure white, and some of them like is like very translucent and it looks like kind of like glass. But anyways, before we talk about the tech entrepreneur again that I was talking about, um, definitely want to talk about this green comet. So let's read it over. This is my green comet will appear in the night sky for the first time since the Stone Age. It's actually very pretty. You guys should check it out. It's just I don't know. Do they explain why is there like a glowing, beautiful green light? Just reminds me of, like the Green Lantern. Nobody explains like why is there a green glowing light? Because I've never usually when you just hear like, okay, a comet's coming, but I've never heard of like a pink comet, a red comet. Like all of a sudden we have this like green comet. Are we gonna get an explanation on the coloring here? So it says a recently discovered green comet will soon zip by Earth for the first time in 50,000 years. It was last visible in the night sky during the Stone Age. And again, it's like, who was there? Who was there to see it? They're not alive now, unless we do have aliens on this planet. Discovered on March 2nd. Oh my God, which reminds me of this like 1K drama I watched. There's one K drama I watched. They had this alien be on our planet Earth, and so he had to wait on planet Earth for like thousands and thousands of years because he was waiting for like this one moment. I think it's also like a comet to come down or like to pass Earth, and like in that very special moment, he can then go back to his planet. Um, Imagine if someone right now is going back to their planet. Very I like to be optimistic about the possibilities out there, guys. Anyways, discovered on March 2nd, 2022 by astronomers using the Zwicky Transient Facility's Wide Field Survey camera at the Palomar Observatory in San Diego County, California. The comet made its closest approach to the sun on January 12th, according to NASA. Named C/2022 E3 bracket ZTF. What? The comet has an orbit around the sun that passes through the outer reaches of the solar system, which is why it's taken such a long route and long time to swing by Earth again, according to the Planetary Society. Okay, so it's orbit around the sun that passes through the outer reaches of the solar system. Okay. The icy celestial object will make its closest pass by Earth between February 1st and February 2nd, around 26 million miles to 27 million miles, 42 million kilometers to 44 million kilometers away, according to Earth Sky. That is really far. Even during its closest approach, the comet will still be more than 100 times the moon's distance. Wait, whoa. So the comet's still going to be more than 100 times the moon's distance away from Earth, according to Earth Sky. Because you're just like, I'm just trying to process that. That's still really, really far. As the comet nears Earth, observers will be able to spot it as faint green smudge near the bright star Polaris, also called the North Star. Comets reflect different colors of light due to their current position in orbit and chemical compositions. Okay. So their colors are because of their positions in the sky. Well, this still doesn't really explain much. Early morning skies once the moon has set after midnight for those in the northern hemisphere are optimal for viewing the comet. I guess that I don't really get it because they said that it's because of the position. That's where you get the hue. But what about how do they explain like shooting stars? Like when a star like when it's shooting stars, how come we don't see like, you know, rainbow colors everywhere? That would be really cool. I feel like if we saw rainbow colors. But maybe because the stars that we see, like stars falling, is too close for the colors. I don't know. Comment and make a David says, I'll catch that comment and make a necklace out of it and give it to you. That sounds really intense, man. That sounds harder than getting the heart the ocean necklace from Titanic out from the ocean. By the way, was that real or that's made up? That's made up, right? That's made up by James Cameron, or is it actually? Oh my god, I should know this. I watched Titanic so many times. Okay, hold on, sorry. I just have to search this. Is the is it called Heart of the Ocean? Oh yeah. See, people do ask this. It's not just me. Is the Heart of the Ocean diamond. There never was a real version of this remarkable blue diamond in existence. However, a lot of detail from this diamond necklace is similar to those from the Hope diamond. The Hope diamond was owned by Louis the Fourth. Is it the fourth? Wait, I think XIV. No, that's the 15th. Is that the 14th? XIV is the 14th, right? XV is the 15th? I think XIV is the 14th. I'm not really good with my Roman numerals. He would have worn it as a royal necklace. Okay. All right. Glad. I'm glad I was wrong once again. I was leaning more towards I was hoping that it was real during the Titanic, that something dropped in the bottom of the ocean. I like to think that there are a lot of beautiful things at the bottom of the ocean. And one day, when someone is really poor and really needs it, that's walking alongside the shore, will find something really nice. I'll let you guys know if I ever find something really nice somewhere out there. There is a ton of jewelry in the Titanic, illegal to get it, the insult investor says. I think it's not just the fact that it's probably illegal to get it because it's belongs to a bunch of people who probably have a bunch of ancestors that would rather or have the rights to it. It's just really expensive to go down there. Um, but aren't they doing tours? Like, aren't you supposed to get tours down there? Or can you get tours? No, I talked about it, I think, on this stream where James Cameron himself is investing into a company for like submarine deep ocean tourism. But I don't know if they're going to go down there to the Titanic or if that's something they're capable of. Minerals burning off the comet. Yeah, I say it too. You lost on a big lawsuit. Is falling apart. No tours. It's falling apart. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, if it's falling apart, I'm assuming some shark or like I don't know any ocean animals down there probably picked it apart and spread it all to different parts of the world. So unless these people who it like ancestors of these people who it belonged to on the Titanic has actual photo, like which I don't think they did at the time, can prove that it's theirs, someone's probably just gonna find it and be like, "Yeah, that's nice. Nice piece of diamond right there." Selling it. I think it's gonna be pretty hard for people to really figure out that it's from the Titanic. Just saying. All right, so continue on with our little comment thingy. I'm still mind blown on how they got the name to be C2022 E3 CTF. That sounds really intense. The comet can be distinguished from stars by its streaking tails of dust and energized particles, as well as the glowing green comma surrounding it. The comma, am I calling right? The comma is an envelope that forms around a comet as it passes close to the sun, causing its ice to sublimate or turn directly to gas. This causes the comet to look fuzzy when observed through telescopes. After passing by Earth, the comet will make its closest approach of Mars on February 10th, according to Earth Sky. If clouds or inclement weather get in the way of sky watching, the virtual telescope project will share a live stream of the comet in the skies above Rome, and don't miss the other celestial events to see in 2023. That's just really neat. I don't know. I like to think more of, I guess, events like these. Like that's just, I guess, the baseline way of explaining what's happening, right? Okay, we have just like this rock that's passing by, but it's still really, really far away. I, I feel like humans only know so much though. So besides like if you have beliefs in these different planets and the movement of our planets meaning something deeper or horoscopes or zodiacs, I mean aside from like that, which is again just like human created, um I like to think that there are things that humans don't know about, things we haven't tried to fit into like a category or explain, and maybe it could mean something, you know? maybe something flying by the planet could mean something completely deeper than what we understand or what we try to explain with our limited minds. So it just kind of makes me smile whenever interesting little things like that happen. Better to melt down any coins found, the insult investor says. How could you melt that history down? Wait, what? If you find Spanish shipwreck gold coins on the beach, I think they take it away from you. Belongs to Spain. The insult investor. Yeah, you're right though. If you did melt gold, how would they know? I mean, that's a very um heist. The Heist? That show I really like, the Spanish um Netflix series. That's what they did, right? That's literally what they did. They melted it. Sorry, spoilers. They melted a bunch of gold and then they turned it into little tiny, tiny cereal-like pebbles, right? Don't do this. Don't do what the heist did. Okay. I gotta go do my workouts. So I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Tech entrepreneur 45 spends $2 million a year on reverse aging to achieve body of an 18-year-old. Horrifying. Oh, this is somebody else's opinion. This is by independent.co. So someone else out there writing this is stating, quote, horrifying. The millionaire says criticism of his method is expected and fine. I'm glad that he's very rational. I mean, I don't think you become a billionaire. Um, I think he's a billionaire or multimillionaire by having thin skin. I'm pretty sure he's very thick skin and can handle this because it's. I think anytime you do something wild like this, you better be expecting a lot of people to have a lot of opinions on it. And at the end of the day, like, who cares? It doesn't really matter what people think, and it's just matters that he's happy. I think. A 45-year-old software developer has opened. So I find it crazy that like he's so rich and he can do this, and I've never heard of him before. By 45-year-old a 45-year-old software developer has opened up about his quest to regain his youth through a rigorous plan that involves, like, I would love to talk to this guy and just ask him like, what made you want to do it? Like, what was the kind of like aha moment, like, or the epiphany that you hit and you're like, I have so much money. Let's just be 18 again. Like, I mean, I'm not shocked by this again because I tell you guys, I know that kings and queens of the past for thousands of years, people have been searching for like the antidote for youth or the youth fountain. So it's really not shocking that people of 2023 is still going to do this. But I wonder if it's something else, like could it have been something that happened in his life that just made him be like, I want to do this. I'm curious. Anyways, so it says his youth through a rigorous plan that involves a strict diet, medical procedures, and treatment, and which cost him around $2 million a year. Brian Johnson made his wealth when he sold his company, Braintree Payment Solutions, to eBay's PayPal in 2013 for $8 million in cash. Oh my gosh. Since then, the 45 he's not a billionaire then. He's a multi-millionaire, basically a billionaire. Since then, the 45-year-old has turned his attention inward and is now focused on reversing the aging process. Oh, sorry. What as I'm talking, I should be shaking my hand because I'm trying to cheat my way to get my watch into thinking I took 10,000 steps today when I've been too busy and I haven't done it. To reach his goals, which includes achieving the brain, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, tendons, teeth, skin, hair, bladder, penis, and rectum of an 18-year-old. So what did they leave out? I guess they didn't put in eyes. Does he not want the eyeballs of an 18-year-old? Or that doesn't really matter, I wonder. But anyways, according to Bloomberg's feature, How to Be 18-Year-Old Again for Only $2 million a year, Johnson employs a team of more than 30 doctors and health experts who monitors his every bodily function. The treatment plan, which is overseen by Oliver Zolman, a 29-year-old regenerative medicine physician, and required an investment of several $1,000,000, also meant building a medical suite in Johnson's Venice, California home. Oh, he's in California, according to a publication. As for what Project Blueprint entails, Johnson revealed that he wakes up each morning at 5 a.m. Oh my God, that is so early. I don't think I would do it even if you told me. I wouldn't mind starting my life at 18 again and having, like, more longer time to live on this planet, and then having extra awesome skin. Actually, no, my skin was not better at 18, but, um, better other parts of my body, I guess, insides that I can't see. But I don't think I would wake up at 5 a.m. to do this. But anyways, and takes 2 dozen supplements. So he wakes up at 5 a.m. and takes like God knows how many supplements and medicines, including zinc. Oh, I've taken zinc before. One time someone in my family wanted me to go out and buy zinc. These zinc like pills, and they don't really taste that great, even the fruity ones, to supplement his diet and a microdose of lithium. What? For brain health. He also follows a strict vegan diet of 1,977 calories a day, works out for an hour each day, and goes to sleep at the same time each night. He also wears blue light glasses for 2 hours before bed. Okay, is there more explanation as to like what he did more of? Each month, the millionaire tech entrepreneur also endures dozens of medical procedures, some quite extreme and painful, then measures their results with additional blood tests, MRIs, ultrasounds, and colonoscopies. Damn. He's taken 33,537 images of his bowels. Oh my God, that is a lot. I mean, I take a lot of pictures myself, but I mean, like 33,537 images of your bowels. Like, has anyone ever taken that many images of their bowels? Discovered that his eyelashes are shorter than average and probe the thickness of his carotid artery. The outlet reported he blasts his pelvic floor with electromagnetic pulses to improve muscle tone in hard to reach places and has a device that counts the numbers of his nighttime erections. What? Oh, right, because he wants the penis of an 18-year-old. Okay, I got it. Johnson also undergoes weekly acid peels and laser therapy and has fat injected into his face to build a fat scaffolding. He claims that the procedure is different from regular filters because as he regenerates, the new fat will create fat on its own. Damn. Okay, I get it. So usually with fillers, like I know with girls who get fillers, it's just like it'll be like fillers on your lips. Your lips will be like a little bit bigger, but you have to keep going back because it doesn't last forever. Um, I guess what he's doing right now is basically trying to get more plump, but having that last. The body delivers a certain configuration at age 18, Johnson told Bloomberg. This really is an impassioned approach to achieve age 18 everywhere. Okay. Um, Let me see. Now, more than a year into the experimental treatment plan, Johnson's doctor says the process has been paying off. Jeff Toll, an internist on his team, told Bloomberg that all of the markers we are tracking have been improving remarkably. Oh, sorry, guys. I wasn't reading the chat really. I was just reading the article. um, when encountering a zombie, run or double tap. What? Zombie? Is zombie here? Okay, you guys are talking about shipwreck. Hi there, crypto trader. Why don't you sell your Doge and invest in BTC just like you did swing from stocks to crypto 2019, 2020 swing trading gives great returns. I'm not gonna say I haven't considered it in terms of selling my Doge coins and then investing in something else, but it's definitely not gonna be Bitcoin. Uh, I don't know. That's not something that I find very appealing to sell all my Dogecoins and buy a bunch of BTC. If I were to sell my Dogecoins, I think my go-to, and it wouldn't be right now, would be to buy up Tesla if, let's say, knock on wood, but something terrible happens in the economy and everything starts to fall apart again. So I feel better about selling Doge for Tesla than I would for Doge for like BTC. So that's again, that's just me. Is Walt Disney frozen? David says, what? Okay, I don't know what's happening in the chat, so I'm just gonna continue my read. Um, Now, more than a year into the experimental treatment plan, Johnson's doctor says the process has been paying off. The group says this means that Johnson has reduced his overall biological age by at least 5 years, which I think is impressive. but at the same time, that's far, far, far from 18, right? And that he now has the heart of a 37-year-old, the skin of a 28-year-old, and the lung capacity and fitness of an 18-year-old. Others, such as Zolman, who received his medical degree from King's College in London, are more realistic about Johnson's results. The 29-year-old claims the team has not achieved any remarkable results, but rather small, reasonable results, which he said are to be expected. And honestly, like, these are the things that they're saying, right? Like, oh, okay, like he has a lung capacity of this and that, and his skin is of a 28-year-old. But to a regular person, like just me looking at him through his pictures, I gotta say, I doesn't seem to me like it's that impressive because I literally know people who impress me more and they've gone through no procedures. Like I've seen guys who are near 50 years old that literally look like they're 30. And it's mind blowing. There's regular people that I've seen out there on the street. Like when I got my LASIK done, I saw a dude that worked there that says and I don't know why anybody would claim to be near 50 or 50 something if they're not. And they were like, they looked like they weren't a day over 30. So I don't know. I find that more impressive um, than what this person looks like because at least just look wise, and again, this is just me basing it off of just purely physical, not on how he feels, because only he knows how he feels. But just look wise, I don't believe it's that impressive. Maybe like the feeling though, because look wise, like there's tons of this stuff that people can do, Botox, tons of injections, plastic surgery, like the list goes on. And again, I personally know more people who look a lot younger, even though their age is much higher. And then just even people I don't know, like I happen to pass by. Hi there, IQ. Yes, like me, sort of. Got your says. What do you mean? Are you? Do you look like 20 years younger, or like at least more than 5 years younger than your actual age? I wish I got far out calls on Tesla when it hit 10. Goyer says I am 50. So are people mistaking you for 30 something, or like? Honestly, I think 50 is so interesting because it has such a diverse range of what people can look like. I mean, I know people who, unfortunately, at the age of 28, looked like they were 45, and vice versa. It really comes down to, like, I think a lot of mannerisms, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, your excitement for life, and I think a lot of it really just comes down to, like, how you act. Like, if you act like you're not excited about life and you are just I don't know, and the way you dress, it's just like you kinda like you've given up or on everything, you you embody, like, somebody that is older, in my mind at least, and I think most people see that. So I've been in, like, a workspace where this one girl, um, really looked like she didn't care about, uh, maintaining herself anymore, and she was, like, late 20s, whereas there was this 40, like, 5-year-old woman, who really took care of herself, and she looked honestly, I would look more towards her for, like, fashion tips, beauty tips than the 20-something-year-old. So everybody's different, whatever floats people's boats at the end of the day, but I think besides just feeling young and like this guy trying to get the organs of a younger person or looking a certain way, it's also like a mind thing. It's like a spirit. Uh that's me. I gave up the insult investor says. I'm 1,300 years old. I'm a vampire, David says. Um, he can go to China for that. The Ansel says, I'm 45 and I'm glad I don't get carded anymore. Honestly, when I was younger, I would always be so pissed when I got carded. And now I'm offended when I don't get carded because I'm like, how old does this person think I look? Because I see people who are like in their 40s and they still get carded. And I'm like, sometimes when I don't get carded, now I'm like, "Wait a minute." That's life, guys. When I was younger, I always thought it was the most torturous thing. I would, like, put on so much makeup, and now I realize that doesn't really help at all. Um, when I used my fake ID and then just tried to dress older and put on a bunch of makeup, and then every single time I still end up getting carded. Anyways, so as for his response to the criticism, oh wait, hold on. The level of self-esteem is not healthy, someone else alleged, while another questioned the point of Johnson's efforts. Quote, "What's the point? In my opinion, this seems like a pretty unfulfilling life, no matter how long it lasts," they wrote. That's depressing. Others found the exorbitant amount Johnson spends on his self-care regime to be out of touch considering how many people cannot afford basic life necessities. I think that's just something people will say about you no matter what, whether you spend $2 million a year on your face, on your health, or on a Lambo or multiple expensive cars. I think that's like a very weak point. But anyways, we have a society where some people terrified of being their age can just spend 2 million a year on nonsense chasing the youth fountain, while a whole lot more people can't afford housing and decent food, one person wrote. That is true. But I don't think we should attack this rich person who worked hard, I'm sure, on his business and sold it for $800 million. We should focus more on what's happening with our government and why are eggs so expensive. Although the majority of readers were critical of Johnson's goal, there were some who applauded the millionaire for his dedication. Quote, "There's a flock of people criticizing and mocking Brian Johnson for going to great lengths to reverse aging. I don't know him, but I respect anyone on a mission willing to walk their own path and share their journey so openly," one person wrote, adding, "I hope he succeeds." Someone else summed up Johnson's impassioned efforts to become young again as pretty cool. As for his response to criticism, Johnson joked on Twitter, oh, he has Twitter, did not know that he replies to the feature were surprisingly tame before claiming he was looking forward to hearing the zingers take down and insults from his haters. Wow, he actually wrote like a very long thread. Okay, I'm not going to read this. But then Johnson also shared a few of his favorite responses thus far, which included one individual's claim that he sounds like a total weirdo, and another from someone who asked, "Should we tell him he does not look 18?" Okay, I think he knows that he doesn't look 18, but who knows? Maybe one day he will. I think I am not on like the believer side that he is going to succeed, but maybe his successors will. Because he is, I mean, come on, like one of the first people right now we're hearing about it. I mean, at least talk about it so openly. And once we have, this is just like any type of experiment, right? Like you need more trials. You need more people to do this. So I think he might not be the one to succeed if this is something that is possible. Um, but maybe like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it could happen. Or maybe we'll realize that, hey, you could stay frozen in time looking the way you look right now, right? Like imagine if in the future we discover you can't go from 45 to 18, but you could stay frozen. I mean, not literally frozen, but what if you could stay at your current stage, right? So it's like basically 100 years from now, someone who's 18 that decides like, hey, you know what? I really like the way I look right now. Like, I just want to look like this forever. I want to feel like this forever. They just decide that's it. That would be interesting. Then you just choose. But that would really suck, I think, for anybody who is older, like who is 60, 70, and then they also want that, but it's too late for them. Technology didn't hit. Um, but that's life, right? At least you still have the option to freeze your health and then who knows, basically like live forever. So I think once you reach that stage, it's like, okay, then we come into thinking about the swapping of the organs, right? It's like, all right, now you can look 18 on your face, your skin, everything forever. And then now you don't want to die anymore. Okay, what do? Then you harvest the organs of younger people. Not killing them, but, like, maybe at that point, our technology is so good, we'd literally, like, start cloning. You could clone yourself, right? Like, what if you clone your own kidney, you clone your own, brain, your eyeballs? Oh my god, I think I'm scaring myself as I'm talking about this. But yeah, 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 I think that would be possible. Like, imagine if at birth you have a twin. Like, your parents decide, like, you have a twin. They, like, clone another version of you. Sorry, guys. Maybe scaring some of you, but this is just, like, stuff that's I'm thinking about in my head as I'm just popping it out as it's happening. But imagine this. What if what if in the future rich people can decide, like, I'm gonna give my kid, the opportunity, the chance to, like, live forever, or at least, not die so quickly. And they're going to, when you're in the womb or whatever it is that you're in a lab, whatever, they'll make another version of you. And shall you need the blood, shall you get into a car accident, you just take the clone's blood and the clone's brain and the eyeballs and the skin. And let's say you just want to look 18 forever. Then I guess they have to make like 10 clones of you that are 18 and then just, I don't know, take those parts. Is there a movie about that? I've actually never seen a movie like that. Like, exactly what I'm saying. Like, they made a clone from the fetus, like multiple fetus clones, and then said person just ends up taking it. Damn. Okay. So, yeah, maybe that could be the future. But I think that that actually sounds more realistic than, like, trying to, like, once I hit, like, 100 years old and I'm like, "Okay, now I wanna look 18." That sounds a lot harder than it is to just, um what movie was that? Yeah, what movie was that got your sense? Yeah, what movie is this? Ga Whoever the director or the writer was, we have the same thought process. I seen that movie, but can't remember the name. Um, but yeah, that I think is more likely. Now, I don't know about, like, how I feel about this type of technology for the whole world, though. Um I know that, for example, like, okay, Elon Musk says that it'd be a curse to get everything that you want and to live forever. I'm not sure I agree with that fully. I think getting everything you want definitely will probably make you less grateful in life, because you never have to really work hard for anything. You just get everything you want, right? I think you do develop better character, you learn more, and it's more interesting to not get everything that you want in life. Or maybe this is just what I'm saying because I'm poor. Um, but yeah, I definitely agree with that point that if getting everything you want could possibly kind of be like this curse. But in terms of like living forever being a curse or like never dying, I'm not sure about that. I think if you really truly enjoy life and you can want to continue to learn, you want to continue to do more things, and 100 years is just not enough. And if all of your loved ones could also, live with you longer, and let's say in the future, like our average lifespan is like 500 years instead of 100 years, I'm not sure if that's such a terrible thing. But I do think that if one day you decided like that's it, you want to peace out, you should be able to, because I think that that truly is a curse if you could never die. Not that not that it would be a curse to live longer or to have someone have the ability to pay $2 million a year and then possibly be 18 again. I just do think that it would be, an absolute curse though. Yeah, if you could, like, never destroy yourself because everything on this planet seems like, something you could destroy, right? Like, you can burn a tree and then it'll just be gone forever. But if you were actually indestructible and for whatever reason, you're just so unhappy and you couldn't be gone. Like, I think that would be insane, right? Like, that would be the ultimate curse. What the movie with Tom Cruise, he's a cop that can see the future. Oh my god, I know that one. Is that is that the way you're talking about, though? I don't think that's the movie where they cloned a bunch of body parts to reuse. But I do know what you're that's not is that Tom Cruise? No, that is Tom Cruise. Yeah, I forgot the name of that movie too, but I did remember watching it. It was those kids, right? Or the 3 people who are, like, lying in the pool of water and they, like, know the future. Not That's the island, you're missing it. There was a Black Mirror episode that I liked that handled death this way: download you into the Matrix, yes, and be whatever you wanted to be, Got Your says. Yeah, there were multiple episodes in Black Mirror that I liked, about, like, just kind of about this death stuff that I found interesting. Um, one of the ones was like, I think, like, they were trying to allow people grieving to talk to, like, people they loved, but they were already gone. That kinda messed with me, though, because I don't think I would want that. And, like, I think that's a very, like, that's very realistic. It's going to be real. I think someone's going to do it, especially with, like, everyone talking about ChatGPT right now. Because if you think about it, like, if everyone's interested in talking to, like, a robot counterpart, how long would it take before someone just takes that and, you have a company that asks you to provide all of the information of, like, say your deceased husband or wife, and you provide all of this personal information, maybe like family videos, wedding videos, everything about them, and then they make like an AI version of your dead spouse or your dead family member. I think that's actually like so gonna happen. But I think I'm kind of against it. I don't think I ever want to do that. Like, I have had, loved ones pass away, and as much as I miss them, I don't think I want to talk to a version of them that's not really them, you know? So, not so much for me, but let me know in the comment section below if you think that that's something you would be interested in, like, off of that Black Mirror episode, which I don't think is very far away. That is probably one of the first things I think that would hit, from Black Mirror. The cool thing about that episode is they said, "Well, instead of dying, you can live it up in the matrix, and when you're bored with it, you can die." Uh, but yeah, download oh, yes, I remember that episode you're talking about is when they, yes, you could do anything you want. You could do anything you want, you can wear any outfit, you can go into any time. Who's to say we're not already there? I just think it's funny, like, whenever you watch these movies and they give you that explanation, like, "Oh my god, we could this all could be a simulation. We could all be like Ready Player One, or we could all be in a pod right now, and we could all be like from the future, and we just chose to be like in this life, kind of like a video game, and we decided to just forget everything just so we could relive life, just to feel everything, all the pain, all the happiness." And that kind of doesn't really work for me because I'm like, "Oh my god, really? Like, we would?" Who in the right mind would want to go through all this confusion, this life, uh, just for fun? Like, I don't think like, I love life when I love life, but then it's not fun sometimes, you know? Taxes is not fun. Bad news, like, the murderers, psychopaths, like, destroying things and good stuff out there is not, like, fun to deal with. But But then again, what do I know? What if the future is even worse than this, and then we would rather be in pods and live this life right now, um, than to be in whatever the future holds. That could be one of the reasons why we're choosing to be in this if this is all just a simulation. Out of touch, LOL, he doesn't care about relating to the poorest. I had bartenders not serve me before I get loud when I drink, LOL, David says. I hope Spy goes to wait, what? What does this have to do with bartenders not serving before I get oh, yeah, of course, because bartenders, and I've been one before, we're trained to make sure you don't get very loud and rowdy. We don't want you to do that, and we don't want anybody to go puke in the bathrooms because we have to go clean it up afterwards. Shutter Island, the ending. Did I watch Shutter Island? I think I did, but I can't remember right now. Just look at all the skeletons everywhere. Um, wait, hold on. Uh that is gone, and I'm sorry. I like existing. I'm not religious to me, so it's the ultimate worst thing that can happen. I'm all for transhumanism. Did we ever figure out wait, Time Cop? I would wanna see all my friends and family, Moogle says. I don't want to sorry. I wouldn't want to see all my friends and family pass on, and I'm still here, rather than just live and die naturally. But that's the thing, Moogle. I'm not talking about living forever by yourself. I'm saying, would you guys want to extend your life, let's call it that. Not live forever, but let's say you could right now hit a button and everybody you love, everyone you love, or just all of us on this planet. Hi there, Mr. Moore. Everybody on this planet can live 500 years. Not your 100 years. And let's be real here. How many people actually live up to 100 years? Most people I know die like way before 80. So if I could, and I could seriously right now make the whole world live for 500 years as like the standard, like let's say like if you didn't get hit by a truck or something, you could live to 500 years. I think I would smack that button because I don't think 100 is enough. I think it would be nice if everybody could extend to like 500 years, to be honest. Um, and if everybody could do it, it wouldn't be so problematic. And the only reason why we think 100 years is normal is because that's all we know. You don't know what it's like to live 500 years because it's not been possible. You're already in eternity, raw food writer says. Leonardo DiCaprio played it. Yes, I definitely know that it was Leonardo DiCaprio for Shutter Island. And it was good, but I can't for the life of me remember like the whole plot right now. The movie about cloning is The Island 2005. Okay, I've never watched The Island from 2005. But yeah, I think cloning, I mean, technically doctors already do it when they regrow, like when they like regenerate cells and stuff like that. To me, that's a kind of like a version of it. Just like Honey Badger, how was your vacation? Mr. Moore says, I think Luci has the ability and genetics to live over 120 years. Um, I don't think so, but I guess only YouTube will know how long I have lived or how long I will live. My vacation was really good. Thank you, Mr. Moore, for asking. It was definitely interesting. I mean, I feel like I learned a lot. I've seen a lot. Um, I feel like the longer I live, the more people I see, the more people I meet. I just find it funny. There's always just more characters out there that blow my mind. Um, and it's nice. I am no longer surprised anymore by like any characters I meet anymore, like any people I meet. My bad. I all I can say is people live very different lives than you can imagine. Um, just every second. So like sometimes I just think about like myself, my media circle, like my closest friends and my SO, and I'll just think like, okay, like that's my life, or like that's what life is like. But then when you meet other people and you hear other stories and like what other people are going through, how they're making their money, like how their health is, what kind of crazy stuff happened to them in their lifetimes, and you think about that, and then I just realize like sometimes when I'm just sitting down and I'm having dinner or I'm just drinking a cup of coffee and I'm doing nothing, someone out there is doing something absolutely insane by my by my standards. And I just find it funny. Um, and life is so chaotic and so beautiful in a way, I think, the way the way it's structured. And everybody seems normal, right? Like your neighbors, people you pass in restaurants, on the subway. Everybody seems normal. Until you know more about them later on or you find out secrets. So I had an interesting trip where I learned a lot of interesting things about people and met a few new faces and characters, is what I'm going to say. Um, Not really investment talk now, but for the rest of the year, it's Matic and Doge on Mars only. Oh my God, Mr. Moore, I did react to Matic on the main channel. I'm like, damn, I can't believe that. Of course, I let go of Matic on my Spain trip. That was like August of 2022, right? I remember I let it go either on my way to the plane or off the plane because I just didn't want to wait for over that dollar anymore. I was just like so sick and tired. And of course now it'd be over a dollar, but it's fine. I heard Litecoin was just hit about like 100 recently, and I still think back to how I didn't let go of Litecoin when it was like I think over $200 or doing really really well, and I dropped it, barely making any money, under $100. So the magic of trading, guys. If you live long enough, it's just you it's low chance you're gonna hit a bunch of great moments because it's always gonna get better. Moogle swatting a fly. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't explain to you why I'm doing this. It's not like a body movement dysfunction. Oh, I did! Check it out. 10,000 steps. Um, yes, I cheat on my watch all the time, and sometimes I try to cheat and I still don't succeed. Like yesterday, I only got 7,000. I only got 7,000 steps. I just like yeah, I was talking about it yesterday. But I'm just in this really weird phase, and I think it's maybe my trip, maybe my hair. I just let my hair grow out, and I have no idea what the heck I wanna do with it. Um, but yeah, like, I'm just in this weird really, really weird, phase in my life right now, maybe like a midlife crisis kinda thing, where I'm I don't know. I don't want that much from life anymore. Like, I want things. I still want the basic stuff that I wanted, I think, like, since I was a kid. Like to have a dog one day whenever I'm responsible enough to have one. And I still would like to make a lot of money. I still wanna travel the world, but it's like, I'm just so it's not even out of it. I feel like I'm just so chill nowadays that I'm like, I think I lived, like, a good life, or I'm living the way that I feel most true to myself, and I'm just so chill now that, it's like I'm just in a strange place. But maybe I like it. I don't know. Yeah, that's maybe that's what my trip has gotten me in like this. Or maybe it's just because I have different hair now. I don't know. I think because I physically changed, mentally changed, and I was in a different place for so long that it, like, literally changed me. Um, but I'm still the same person, I think, as in, like, how I act, how I talk, what I believe in. It's just that I just, like, all of a sudden feel really relaxed about, like, life. Like, nothing really blows my mind anymore. Um, or, like, I used to be more dramatic about things, and now I'm just like, "Eh, whatever." Like, if this doesn't work out, like, okay, whatever. Glad to see you lost the greed, got your says. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, 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 no. I think I am still greedy. I think greed, unfortunately, is a human trait with most of us, and I don't think I'm of human greed. I'm definitely greedy. If you ask me, like here's 3 presents. You could have all 3 of them or just take 1. I will take all 3, and that's how I know I'm still greedy. Does that make sense? Greed's the devil, got your sense. The devil is within me then. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm above greed. I think I'm learning to or attempting to trade better, by telling myself I need to be less greedy, but overall, I think just because I can let go of a stock earlier than I would have 2 years ago, I don't necessarily want to call myself less greedy. I think that's just me trying to keep the money that I supposedly made off of this stock app. Yeah, but I'm still greedy. And I don't think just because you are greedy that you are necessarily like a terrible human being. I think it's all like depends on the context. Like if I have 2 water bottles and I'm stranded on like a desert, but I know help is coming. um, and someone I don't know is next to me and they need the other water bottle to survive. I think most of us, or I like to believe most of us and myself would give the other water bottle because it's not going to kill you too. And you could be greedy and just take another bottle yourself just to feel extra hydrated. But I do believe most human beings out there would help to help with survival of someone else if it came down to it. So, yeah. But yeah, so greed is bad, I think, depending on the context or like, if corporations don't care that you take products and you die from it as long as they can make a lot of money. That's bad greed. Um, I want $100 million, David says. That's a lot of money. That's a lot. Honestly, yeah, I'm so greedy. I would love to win the lottery. I still play the lottery every once in a while if I pass by a gas station and I feel like buying a ticket. I wouldn't buy like 20 tickets a week, but like I could get like 1 ticket, 2 ticket max like a week. And I think I would like to win like $20 million. I think that'd be nice. Not 100. I don't think I'm that greedy. I kind of wanted to know what Lucy's plan was economically. Mr. Moore says once a multimillionaire from Doge on Mars put it in a dividend stock and free money for life, or have all the millions at one time. Oh, do you want to ask me if I want to put all my money into a dividend stock and free money for life, or have it all millions at one time? Uh, I think I just want all my money at once. Doesn't mean I won't buy some dividend stocks on the side, but I think anything else depends on what stage of life you're at. Because like, if you're, like, dying or you're just, you know, not at your prime health anymore and you'd like to party it up, I say do it. Depends on also, like, what point of life you're at, how to spend your money, and how to deal with your finances. For every single person, it's different, AKA the personal finance, title. But I think if you asked me if I wanted, like, a lump sum or I wanted, like, money every couple of months, I will still invest with my money once I get in a lump sum, but I want it in a lump sum. That's I think, how I would deal with it. I'll take my 20% and get out, then watch the option go up 400 plus. Greed becomes an addiction, so it's good to keep it in balance. When you only live to make money, life gets sad real quick, Goyer says. Absolutely. I definitely agree with you on that. Um, People who only care about the money, I don't think they'll know right away, but they'll eventually know that that was not enough in the first place. I definitely think that a lot of people chase for money, only money. I find them possibly deeply disturbed or traumatized with life, and that's why it got them to that point. So it's almost very easy to feel sorry for someone who, like, it doesn't care about anything else except for money, because probably something happened to them that was so bad that they're like, okay, just forget everything else. Like, forget friendships, forget family, forget love, forget anything else with life. Just like, all I want is money, numbers in my bank account. And that's what's going to make me feel good. I think, like, maybe that's kind of like a cop out. Like, they do that because it's too scary to do the other things in life. Bro, I'm from Hawaii. We need money here, probably more than any other state. Yes. And again, we're saying, like, if all you care about is money, like, you don't care about anything, like, and those people are the saddest of all, because those are the people that would, like, cross the line and hurt their own families if they need to, psychopaths, to get money. Like, that is that's like a whole other level of crazy. And I don't believe those people. I believe in karma, and I also believe those people will not be happy in the end once they get everything that they want, and then realize that, like, money can't talk to you, money can't have deep conversations with you, and you don't feel good. I think people actually do feel better when they give and they help out, and eventually, um, the people who do a lot of wreckage in this world, they eventually feel it. Whether it comes in the form of regret or redemption, whatever it is that they want in the future, I do believe that it does happen later on, maybe in a few years. I'm in Indiana. Everything cheap out here. LOL. I'm in the country. Oh, never been. Start selling chunks of Pele as a souvenir. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for joining me. I've done an hour here. It's been lovely. Smash like on the way out if you enjoy my videos. Definitely share them with your friends and family if you haven't already. And I will see you guys very soon. I'm so glad that my punching, I did basically it thinks I did 3,000 steps, but I did 3,000 punches. My arm's pretty sore right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do my other workouts now. When's the next one? Lucy show, I mean. I was here yesterday, Mr. Moore. I will try to be here pretty often, but I don't know if you can hear it. My throat is still not my vocal cords are still not 100% from doing crazy amounts of karaoke in January. So, uh I can't guarantee I'm here every single day, but I will still try to be here like at least 3 times a week. But the main channel, I think I'll still do at least 5 times a week or almost every day. Yeah. So, thank you and see you guys soon. Bye.